Brrr, it's done got cold. Welcome back to Westby. We're in December, early in the morning. The snow is coming down. And we have done a lot of work since the last episode. But it doesn't seem like I made a whole lot of progress. Unfortunately, the work I did was just all me, all manual labor. So, oh man, looks like I got a flat tire. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's weird. The ground has messed up again inside this shed. Let's see what's going on over here. Yep. I don't know why it has done that. That's the second time. Well, I am not going to fool with it. We are going to get this out of the shed because we're in December. And let's take a quick look at the commodity prices and our wheat that we have stored up. $7.46. That's actually a really good price because $7.16 is kind of the peak. So I am going to sell now. So we have the wheat here in the auger wagon. Now I could just take this down. No, I couldn't because Premiere is closed in, so I wouldn't be able to empty this out. So we'll get this emptied into the trailer here. Now we're going to be a little bit short on getting this entire thing emptied out, but that's okay. And then we do have right down here in this portable grain tank, there is 30,000 liters in there. So we're going to have a good little haul here today. Make about 20,000 bucks or so, 25,000. That'll be good. I'll take that. So, what have I done while this is loading up and we're heading down to get it sold? What have I done since the last episode? I bought a few things, actually. I bought a mower. And I bought a... Did I buy a tedder or did I already have one? No, I already had the tedder. I had to buy... Okay, yeah, so I bought a mower and I bought a rake. And then I bought another rake because the one I bought was pretty small. I just got tired of running back and forth with that little one. The mower I did use, it is that little sickle bar mower that we've used before. I believe the community farm has one. Bought that and well, it does the trick. Really like it, but with all that I mowed, it took forever. So I'm looking to upgrade the mower at some point in the near future, or at least maybe the next time that I am ready to mow. So while we're here, let's slow down here. We'll brake right, and I will pan the camera around. You see, there's been a lot of grass cut. You see the grass has been cut right over here. It's actually growing back a little bit. The section up here has been cut all the way over to the cornfield. We'll take a look at the menu here. May still be loading in. Here we go. If we turn on the grass, so if we turn it on, you see that there's grass all around these fields here. But if we turn it off, you see right here in the brown or the grayish brown, all of this between the fields I mowed, and so I cut it off there. So we have all this grass still up here, and all of this area out here we do have grass in. So yeah, I did a lot of mowing, and then I had to turn around and do a lot of tedding and a lot of raking, and then we baled it all up and got it sold. So I was able to sell all of the hay that we made, except for a partial trailer load, which I have in the shed, and made a little cash. You see, we're back up to $56,000. So I've turned a good little profit, and the hay rake I bought wasn't the cheapest. I actually ended up going with a hay rake that ended up costing $20-something thousand. So it's kind of expensive. but we've made all that back, and maybe a little bit more too. I can't remember exactly where it was before I started buying things, but was able to get all of that cut and baled and hauled off and sold. So that worked out really well. It just took a lot of time, a whole lot of time, mainly because I couldn't use a helper, or so I thought. These grassy areas like you see beside the driveway right here, once you mow them, the area turns into a field. So mowing it, you can't use a helper, but once it's mowed, you can use a helper to run the tedder or the rake. And I didn't realize that until at the very end. So I was able to let a helper do a little bit of raking for me while I started on the baling, but it didn't save me very much time. Alright, so our first load here, down here at Premier Co-op. And this trailer holds 12,000. Let's see what we'll get from it. 89, so about 9,000. Then the little $600 kicker there, so just a little bit shy of $10,000. Not too bad. So we have 30,000 liters. Well, I actually make more than I thought. 30,000 liters in the grain bin, and then we'll have another just a little squirt left in the grain cart. I think 1,000 and something liters left in there, maybe, or just under 1,000 liters. So that'll be good. That'll get me up probably over. We might get close to $80,000 today with just that, so that'll be really good. What I want to move into next is we do have a lot more grass that we can mow, but I want to shift gears a little bit because I do want to get some type of silage going on this playthrough to potentially feed cows coming up hopefully soon if I can afford some, but also maybe we could sell it and make a little bit that way too. So we're going to end up getting a little chopper today, and it's going to be a pull behind chopper that will pull behind a tractor, and we also need to get a trailer that we can haul it in. So that's what we're going to do after I get done getting tongue-tied here. After I get done selling the wheat. So a lot to do today. I'm worried with all this snow coming down that we're going to end up getting some snow coverage, some accumulation. So hopefully that won't be the case. If it does, we'll have to see about if I want to do that type of work in the snow. I'm not real sure. We'll have to look at it, or, well, I'll say we'll cross that bridge if we get to it. So we're back down here, and we'll get the rest of this auger wagon filled up here into the trailer. It's not much. As a matter of fact, let me hop out of the truck here, because we're going to need to move the tractor. That's really weird how the ground is doing. I don't know if that is a server thing or what's going on. Okay, that was not much at all. And we're going to take this down. Ooh, let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to run over everything. We're just going to park it back in the shed here. Well, I'll run over it twice. How about that? Because we are going to need that to possibly need it when we harvest the soybeans down here. We'll get the tractor pulled over here and get hooked up to the auger wagon. There we go, and let's see, pipe out. I think that will be it. think so. I'm not really sure when these soybeans are going to be ready. They're looking pretty good. Oh, I have hit the auger there. Let's move the trailer out a bit. There we go. Huh. Guess I did not have the pipe out. Let's see. There we go. Let's take a look at the soybeans real quick. It just says they are growing. Okay. They are pretty dark on the map. Well, they're not quite. I don't think they got a good ways to go, I guess. The canola looks like that's getting close. And then down here at our farm, let's see, where is it at? Yeah, so it's showing the wheat is ready, but it is not. But we do have some corn in field 82 here. Let me turn off the grass. Yeah, field 82, the corn is ready. And we have some weeds that we need to do something with in field 81. Actually, we have it in 84 too. Yeah, so we do have some weeds we may need to try and get rid of. We do have the sprayer down at the other farm, so we're going to go ahead and make a couple runs down. Let's see, 12,000. Yeah, 3 runs to get all of this sold, and then we will head back down to the other farm. See if I can get a little bit of work done. Just got back down here to the farm. Got the truck parked under the, mainly the trailer to keep the snow from filling it up. But you see here on the trailer we have about a half trailer full of hay bales. And if we run over here across the way, we'll take a look at the hay rake I ended up buying. It's an H&S. It works out really, really well. It moves along, I think, at 14 miles an hour. So it makes a very short work of raking. I'll tell you, I started out with this over here, and I haven't sold it. I've held on to it for now. It's just a little bit too small. On a small farm, it would work out perfect, but it just isn't big enough for how much grass I had. And then, of course, I was using the little sickle mower here, and like I said, that works out too, but it does take quite a bit of time. You know, I think something I do need to focus on is grass work with the cows, so I think at some point I will be upgrading. All right, let's get the tractor pulled into the barn here, and we're going to swap tractors. Notice I'm up to almost $90,000. So that was actually quite a bit more than I was expecting. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to buy something. Now, let's go ahead and look at what we're going to get. Since we have a nice chunk of money now, we are going to get a forage harvester. Because it's snowing, I can't harvest the corn right now without taking a penalty. So we're going to wait and see if that won't clear out. Now, picked up this mod here, say a 16A chopper. Now, I don't know how much horsepower it needs, so I'm hoping it works. But it is a flail chopper. Kind of neat. Definitely old school. So I think that fits in. So let's go ahead and buy that $10,000. Now, once again, I am living on the edge here, hadn't tested it. So I am hoping that it works out. And then we're going to use this New Holland forage wagon here, $8,000. And roof or no roof? Let's go with no roof. How about that? And we're going to buy that. Now, hopefully, the Moline here has enough horsepower. to get that in operation, pulling both of them. We're going to find out here soon. But while we are headed down, we're going to take a shortcut through the field here because I want to show you what I have mowed. So that field down there was the wheat field. We harvested that. So this strip here I mowed. And we have this wheat here that is coming along. And then this strip here that goes around I mowed. And here was the other field of wheat. And then this little strip here beside the corn, it comes down here and opens up quite a bit. And I mowed that. So you see where I stopped there along the edge. Didn't get that or go down that way at all. So yeah, it was a lot of work to get all of this cut, tedded, raked, and baled. And of course I had to pick it all up and take it down to get it sold. So it took the better part of a day in game to try to get all of that done. And I didn't make a ton of money, but it was a good chunk, and it paid for my equipment and maybe some profits as well. So it all worked out. It just took me a lot of time. So let's cut through the parking lot here, and we're going to head down and pick up these new implements, and then we're going to go see if we can't start on another section of grass. I'm going to try it with the grass, and then depending on the weather, we do have a lot of corn planted. May hit some corn and see how it works out. We'll see. The snow, I don't think it's going to let up based on the weather forecast. I think it's going to continue coming down, so we're kind of well, we're on hold as far as harvesting goes. But I don't think we'll get a penalty using a forage harvester. I hope we don't anyway. Alright, we got that hooked up. Where is the... There it is, directly behind the chute. Alright. So hopefully the tractor has enough power to pull everything. Whoa, Nelly. Oh no, is this wagon going to do this? You've got to be kidding me. What is the deal with these wagons on the server? Oh man, that is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. I don't know what is going on, why they do that. I have no idea what mod is causing it. Well, I'm gonna get hung up on the fence. Well, let me figure something out. Alright. What a fiasco. So, if you've been following along on this series, you will remember that I had some trouble with some wagons on the very first episode. And I don't know why it keeps happening, but with some certain mods, it appears the base game trailers work okay, but with certain mods, they just pull wonky. They want to go sideways. It's like they're super heavy. Can't hardly pull them. So I don't know what is going on. I actually, after I had the trouble before this little segment here, I took and started a new game save, not on a multiplayer, just single player, and had zero issues. So I don't know if it's something to do with a multiplayer server or just what. But as you can see, I do have some grass in that trailer, but I did a little bit of testing and I found something else that'll work. Now, this trailer is much more expensive than the one I had purchased. If we take a look, the one I bought was this one here, only $8,000. The Meyer one that I have leased now is $18,000, so quite a bit more expensive. So what I did is I leased it because I didn't want to have the same issue and be out the money. So it does appear to be pulling just fine. So let's go ahead and hook everything up here. We'll get the chopper here, or harvester, whatever you want to call it, connected. We'll disconnect the wagon. Let's see if we can get that correct. So somehow or another, I'll try and drag that wagon over to the silo at some point later, and then I'll probably just go ahead and sell it. If any of you guys have any experience with this happening or know how I can fix it, please let me know. But it only appears to be working or happening on multiplayer. Thought I may have a mod conflict or something like that, but it works fine in single player, so I'm really not sure. Alright, let's get the mower opened up. So you see I have one little pass down here I started on just because I was trying and the trailer wasn't pulling good. So I just made a path down here. But let's go ahead and get her fired up and see if it works. And it is. So this little flail mower here, it does not it doesn't have a very good restriction on speed, because I'll show you, we can go as fast as we want to go. So in order to keep from doing that, let's set the cruise control. Let's go down, how about 8? Does that sound good? We may speed it up a little bit, but 8. Let's go 9. How about that? Well, let's just do 10. So we can just ride around out here, and we are chopping this grass. Now, I'm really not sure how much it'll amount to. Let's see if we can get kind of close to that without getting into it. I don't know if it would cut the oats or not. But it is doing a nice job on the grass. So we're almost up to 5,000 liters in the trailer now. So this is going to take a little while. It's not fast by any means, but I can get this cut. It's going into the trailer. We can haul it down to the silo and get it into the silo. However, I just realized that I've forgotten an important piece of this puzzle. I need a blower. I'm going to have a blower to get the grass up into the silo, so we're going to have to buy that and get it down to the farm. We'll do that before we take this over and get it loaded up. So yeah, a little bit of frustration. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, this is the other land here. So yeah, a little frustration here. Oh, it's cutting it anyway. That's not good. Oh, that's weird. So yeah, a lot of frustration here on this particular episode. Should have tested the mods. I have a big problem with doing that. I get excited about using something and then usually just run out of time and don't get a chance to test it. So I jump in and try it, and then poof, we have the issues. So oh, and I'm going way too fast again. Let me get back on cruise control. So yeah, it has not been a smooth episode by any means, but we'll get there eventually. So we're about halfway full on the trailer, so we're gonna have quite a bit of cutting to do, I guess, to fill up one of these trailers. Really not sure how wide the pickup is on that mower. I would imagine it's very much like that sickle mower with the kind of small pickup there. But it does seem to be doing a good job. I mean, it's cutting the grass, chopping it up. And let's see, it looks like we are getting a grass out on the, or in the trailer. So we're not getting chaff, we're actually getting grass. which I believe is what we need for the haylage. That snow has been steady coming down, and hadn't stopped. I don't think it's going to. We're going to steal a little bit of this grass over here. That's interesting that it looks like on the property line, it won't let me cut it, but well into the other property I can cut it, no problems. Alright, well, let me get on around this pass here, and we'll get our blower set up and get this into the silo. Alright, just made it down here to the shop, and let's go ahead and get this blower bought here. So the one I have installed here is made by John Deere. It's 4,200 bucks, no options. We gotta have it, so we're gonna buy it. Alright, let's get this thing hooked up. We'll take this back down to the farm, and I believe we have to leave a tractor hooked up to it to operate it while we are emptying into the silo. Alright, we got that hooked up. It's actually a big blower. Man, I didn't realize it would be so large. So I did get a full trailer load and just set up, ready to go. The Moline pulls it okay. I was actually a little concerned about the weight in the trailer and on these hills, and it does a pretty good job. A little more horsepower may not hurt, but for the most part, it's making do, and I think it'll work out just fine. So yeah, I was worried about that. I thought I may have to get a stronger tractor in order to do this, but I think we'll be okay. As long as we don't get too much snow on the ground, because if it gets slick, start having traction issues, we may have a problem, but I think we'll be okay. I do anticipate changing up the field shapes just a little bit, or maybe a lot, who knows, before I plan again. So I'll work on that at some point, make it a little bit more to my liking. We do have a lot of natural grass areas. I want to get rid of a lot of that. I don't want to cut it again. I'm one of those players that I don't want to just keep cutting over and over on those natural grasslands, which I know there may be places like that in real life, but me personally, I just like to plant more if I need to do that, or plant grass, so if I need more to cut, I will do it that way. Oh, let's see, we need to get real close up tight to that silo. I believe this tractor may be a little bit too wide. I don't know if that's gonna... Are there any options on this thing? Let's see. I don't know. I think we need to be a little closer. I'm going to try to kick it over that way a little bit. Let's see. Maybe that's... I don't know. I don't know how close we have to be. Oh, that looked pretty good right there. Let's try. I want to get a little closer. I'm worried about it not working. I think that'll work there. Alright, so do we lower it or anything? I don't think so. Oh, there is something. What's going on here? Oh, that's interesting. And I think that's it. So let's turn on the blower. Alright, that is running. Plate that shakes it down into the auger. Alright, so you see I have the trailer load here. So let's go ahead and see about getting this unloaded. hope that I can get close enough with everything hooked up. Oh, let's see what happens here. It's working. It's working. How about that? Yep, you see it shooting up into the pipe. Let's take a look at our menu real quick, just to make sure that it is going in. There we go. Getting the grass in. So we'll go ahead and kick on the, let's see, make sure we're in the right one. Yep, we will kick on the haylage and let it start fermenting. Very, very cool. A little bit more involved of a process than other options we have out there, but that is really neat. Now this is unloading quite slowly, but I would imagine that would be the case. You gotta limit what's flowing out so that the blower can keep up. Oh, get stuck there. Yeah, so that is really neat. Really, really neat. A little bit off there, but I think that'll be okay. So we're gonna wait for this to get unloaded. I'm gonna go run and cut another one. We'll come back, get another load into the silo. Well, alright, I just got done with the second trailer load here. Let me actually hop off here and turn off this blower because I have run into an issue. Alright, we got that shut off. So here's the issue. Let's take a look at the menu. So in the silo, we've placed the grass over 50,000 liters now. It's making grass silage. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe I could sell this stuff. So haylage or grass silage. So if we go over here to the menu where it says grass silage, there are no selling points. So got a couple options. One, I can put down a generic sell point somewhere and see if we can't sell it that way. Or we're going to have to end up using that for cow feed. But what I'm going to try before we end this episode, because I'm really not sure how long we've gone on it. It may end up being longer than normal. It may be shorter. I'm not real sure. It has been a lot of back and forth for me between recording sessions, trying to figure things out with these trailers. So I don't know exactly how long I've been recording, so we're just going to hope for the best. But we're going to check and see if we can chop some of this corn. And the reason, we look at the harvester, forage harvester, it shows corn on here. Grass, corn. I guess that's silage, chaff, and straw. And I'm wondering if this thing will chop corn. So we're about to find out here. So let's go ahead. Oh shoot. You know what I didn't do? Let's see, what are we going to do here? I think there's, yeah, that's what I figured. There's 100 liters. So I'm going to do something here real quick, just in the essence of time. We're going to clear out that trailer. That 100 liters of grass. And that is the wrong menu. No, that's the right menu. There we go. Let's see, grass. And we're just going to empty it out. There we go. So we're good as new. And let's go ahead and get the chopper unfolded. The pipe's already out. So let's just move over here beside the corn patch and let's see what happens. Nothing is happening. So that does not work on corn. Or maybe this corn is not ready enough? I thought you could chop green corn. Let's see. Oh, that's not right. Not info trigger, field info. There we go. It says it's growing still. Well, I didn't want to cut my dried corn, but let's go ahead and do that. We'll close her back up. We'll head up the hill and try in that field. So my hopes is that I can chop some of this corn with this thing, because that will let me make some regular silage and be able to sell that. Because we do have a sell point for regular silage. Well, I assume we do. Let's check and see. We may not have anywhere to sell that either. Where is silage? Oh yeah, we can sell it at the bell sell point. Oh, don't hit the auger. Yeah, I have so much corn that is growing right now. I thought being able to use some of it to make some silage would have been a good use of the corn crop. But that may not work out. But this corn patch up here is ready to harvest as far as it goes with a combine. So well, let's give this a shot and see if it'll chop it. I'm not sure. And we'll just jump out real quick. Jump in the field, and yeah, it says ready to harvest. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to make sure I don't get any of that grass in there. So we don't have crop destruction on, so I'm going to pull in here. This is just a test. I just want to make sure I get the cutter head into the corn patch before I turn it on. So there it is on, and I don't really think there is a lower. I don't think it lowers. I think it is what it is. Let me try and lower it. Let's see. Nope. Nothing is happening. So that ain't gonna work out. We're gonna have to stick with the grass. Corn will have to be chopped another way if we decide to do that. Maybe we don't. Maybe if I put a sell point down to be able to sell some of this grass silage or haylage, that may work out okay. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll just go with that for now, at least. Don't have much choice, and see how it works out. So I may start to look for a sell point to put down, just so that we have that as an option. Not sure how fast those silos are going to go through the fermenting process, but hopefully it goes fairly quick so that we can start selling some of this at some point in the near future. So I think that's where we'll end it. I'm going to go ahead and continue cutting down some of this grass here. We'll get as much as we can into the silo. I think we have a pretty good capacity. We do have 2 silos that we can fill. But I will work on this, get, well, I guess this area of grass done. And then we'll move on to something else. Hopefully the snow will slow down or stop, and we can get some of this corn harvested. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up on the vid. Subscribe to my channel if you hadn't done so already. Go over and join the Discord, and it's a good way to connect with me and other people in my farming community. The link or invite for Discord is in the description of the video. And also, don't forget, this is being recorded on a multiplayer server, which is open to anybody who wants to join. I have this server as well as a console-friendly server. If you would like to join, everyone's welcome. Details are in the Discord. Again, thank you so much. I do appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time.